Greetings, goblins and geist.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Blake.
Welcome to the Cloudpost. So today we are shuffling up another episode of Meta Deck Madness.
Yay.
So we've got
the most
Historic.
annoying deck I've ever played against, but it's okay. We're gonna use it.
So loved by many and hated by most. You've got before you Izzet Phoenix.
The Arc Lights.
Yep. So if you have played Historic,
against this deck.
You've played against this deck.
Or you've played this deck.
Yep. And I've had it for a while now, and I'm loving it.
So I haven't played this deck because I don't have some of the cards for it, but if you want to walk me through some of the stuff in here, that'd be great. So
yeah,
we're going to do a deck tech for it first, and then we'll do some videos to show you the games afterward.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned.
Yes, and you know, as powerful as this deck is, it is a powerful reminder that if you like this content, you should probably subscribe
and like the channel.
Absolutely.
Or like the video, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the algorithm stuff.
Yes. So what we're going to show you here, I suppose, if we're going to dive right in, is the deck is called Izzet Phoenix. So it's blue-red. It is.
It is.
And the all-star of the deck is, of course, Arc Phoenix. It's where it gets the name. So it is just a 3/2 flying haste creature, which is pretty awesome.
That's insane. That's pretty great for its ability.
Yeah, and then of course, right when you start combat on your turn, if you've cast 3 or more instant or sorcery spells this turn, it comes right from your graveyard right onto the battlefield. So that's what you're trying to do with the deck. So we will do the deck tech. Let's kind of talk about.
Start with the 1-drops.
Yeah, we'll start with the 1-drops. And I may bounce around, but of course it's got a ton because you want to be a really mana efficient deck.
You also want to be able to summon the Arc Light, so you got to be able to have the low drops.
Exactly.
So obviously we got Consider. We know what that does.
Yeah. So 2 of the engine cards are going to be Consider and Opt. Of course, these are just the term we use in Magic now. Cantrips.
Draw cards.
They just replace themselves right off the bat.
But it works well with this one. Toss an Arc Light in the graveyard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
read Opt. I actually don't really see Opt often. It's just scry one. Okay.
Yep. So it's scry one and draw a card, or look at the top deck of your library. You may choose to mill it essentially.
Yep.
Then
I use Consider in some of the standard decks now. It's a great card.
Oh, absolutely. It's a cool effect they came out with. Cool effect.
Look at
so these are kind of engine-y. The best cantrip in the deck that isn't even really a cantrip in a way, it's really just card selection, but this is kind of the glue of the deck is your Faithless Lootings. If your opening hand has Faithless Looting, it's going to be pretty good.
Okay.
Because it obviously it fixes mana heavy hands, but it's just a really good thing to look for in the opening hand. Yeah. So then you've got
artwork too. It's great.
Yeah.
Creepy artwork.
We're not super fans of the artwork, but I'm not an artist, so I'm not a hater on that. But
it's just the eyes, man.
Yeah,
just peer into your soul.
Yeah, and the blouse. I don't know. It's got something going on there. Yeah. But you've got 6 burn spells, so you've got 2 Pillar of Flame and 4 Unholy Heat. So of course you got to have some amount of interaction and removal. Unholy Heat is really good in this deck because you can get it online really fast.
I believe that. Yeah, the Valerium trigger with that just. Easy. I actually haven't seen Pillar of Flame in a very long time. Yeah,
it's coming up in the format, I think, fairly well. It's actually great in the mirror, of course, for obvious reasons, because it exiles an Arc Light Phoenix forever. Because it's 2 toughness.
Yeah, and that's why you run the 1 Lantern.
Yep, and you do run 1 main deck Lantern and 1 Spell Pierce.
Oh, I didn't see the Spell Pierce.
Yeah.
I'm glad you went over that.
So I haven't...
Obviously, you run the Channelers, too, because they can Delirium and also fail, so...
Yeah, 4 Dragon's Rage Channelers. I do want to mention this is Shota Yasuoka's exact list.
Oh, okay.
Even down to the sideboard, which we're not going to have to worry about for best of 1. But I am a huge fan of Shota's decks pretty much always, so this was a no-brainer.
It truly is a meta deck.
Yes, truly is a meta deck. But you will see, if you've been playing this deck, guys like Luis Scott Vargas that have piloted at events, or Reed Duke, they have a bit of a different version that's running Ledger Shredder right now. I'm sure that's great.
Have you not tested that?
I have not.
Oh, I love that card in some of the Grixis decks I've played. So it's like, all right, this is I honestly kind of want to use it in Standard. I just don't know it'll be as good in Standard.
Right.
Graveyard, whatever.
Yeah.
But I continue.
Yeah,
Check out them 2-drops we got.
But yeah, so yeah, going with your creatures real quick. You got your 4 channelers, and then you have 2 sprite dragons.
Oh, I thought you were in more than that. 2 it is.
No, yeah, it's 2.
He doesn't perform as well as the Phoenix.
Right. There's some draws where this is a really great card to have, and then a lot of times you just discard it.
I mean, this thing just beat face.
It gets
with all the 1-drops, if you just start machine gunning them off, it just big boy.
It's really not even unrealistic for this thing to be like 7-8 power.
Holy cow. Wow.
Right. But another glue card that pretty much, if you're running these 2 colors in this format, you're running Expressive Iteration.
It's too good.
Everyone knows it's too good.
It's cantrip plus more.
Yeah, plus more. This is one of the best cards to draw on the deck. It is phenomenal. So basically it says you may cast up to 1 target instant and or sorcery card from your graveyard X or less without paying their cost. And the rest of it doesn't matter because in a mana efficient deck like this, you're never going to X.
It's just to get another.
It's a flashback card.
All right.
But here is the underrated part of this. If you're just looking at it and you never played the deck and you say, okay, well, you know, why isn't it just something else? This, if you cast this and you have 2 1-drops in your yard just for 3, and just having this 1 card in hand, you automatically resurrect your Phoenixes.
Hang on, go over that one more time for me now, because it says 1 card.
No, it's up to 1 instant and sorcery. So say, for example, on turn 3, you have a Faithless Looting in the yard and an Opt or a Consider. You 2 red and 1. You cast this, and this.
So if you just 2 red and just 1, and you get 3 spells right off there. So
it
immediately triggers the combo.
Automatically.
Oh,
yeah, very
so
good.
That's so
and
good.
Plus, you love this card to recur, obviously, your burn spells.
Yeah.
So against elves, the life gain deck, all the other stuff.
It might as well be a board wipe at that point.
Yeah, this card is great because this is a sorcery. This is an instant. So if you've happened to dug to these and you get this, you get 2 burn spells again.
Super powerful.
Also implying you probably already used 2 burn spells. So yeah,
very fair. Very fair.
So, and then now, of course, we went over the 4 Phoenixes.
Okay, what is this next thing here?
This is a Crackling Drake.
Crackling Drake.
He's an uncommon. He's super cool, but
4 mana. He's pretty hefty up there.
He's 4 mana, but this card, depending on what your opponent is trying to do, will absolutely break the game open. So he's just a 4 mana flyer. When he enters the battlefield, he draws a card, so it replaces itself.
That's pretty good.
But
he's got a fat butt.
He's got a fat butt. 4 toughness. But if you read that ability there, that star next to his power just means that he has power equal to not only
the graveyard,
but exile as well.
That's the wild part. That's where he is actually effective, because you're going to be flashbacking a lot of stuff and going to the exile. And even if somebody exiles your graveyard, he's still good.
Exactly. And he's really huge. I'm telling you, every time you swing with him, he's at least 5, 6 power. I mean, the way that this deck works, there's just so much stuff getting in the graveyard.
I think you're actually lowballing there. I feel like he's going to be a fat boy. Let's see how he plays.
A lot of times he's like 10 power, but
run the lands for me real quick.
Yeah, well, we got just 2 more cards, which is just the Stormwing entities.
He never feels like 5 mana, so I actually forgot he was in that spot.
You want to play him on turn 3 after a 1-drop, but yeah. And, this is a card that's been out for a while as well, but I will just point out that you get to, once you see what your opponent's strategy is with this deck, if you know that they're going to be targeting your graveyard, it influences your decisions, and you can try to dig to these 6 threats here, which do not care about your opponent's graveyard hate. Yeah. And very often you can get your way out of the game.
It's your other win conditions.
Exactly.
Stormwing can win you the game with prowess right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. And then that's it. Just after that, lands. You're running 3 basics.
Is this the Shoto land list perfectly?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is exactly what Yasuoka wanted. He's running 3 basics. He's running 1 island, 2 mountain. Your fixing lands are 4 steam vents, 4 Spire Bluff, 4 pathway.
Obviously, on the Storm Carve Coast.
And then 3 of those.
I love that art right there. And honestly,
super cool.
See, so for an art like this, and this is just a total side note here.
Yeah.
It looks like something out of Theros. It looks like Perforos is doing lightning because it's purple.
Yes.
It's got that purple.
It does look like Perforos. Keranos, God of Storms or whatever. Yeah.
I was like, he looks like he might as well be behind the tower. Like, just stick him on the land. Like,
I never made the Keranos connection to that, but yeah.
I just remember the purple lightning, man. It was always cool to me.
And I love that.
Keranos
card.
Is a very powerful card.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll reprint him for because that's not out.
Keranos
isn't in this.
Oh yeah, people used to run that in modern Blue Moon.
Yeah, it was
once it came out as like a 1-of.
Yep.
And then you got 3 utility or effect lands, if you will. You got your 2 creature lands, Den of the Bugbear, and then you are running 1 Soaring City.
I love that card.
Yeah, most of the time in this deck, you do play it as the land,
yeah,
but you know,
you never know when you need the removal.
You never know, and there are so many just interesting cases that you could make for you know, saving this.
Cool.
But yeah, Den of the Bugbear. If you're not playing it in your Phoenix deck, play it. It is your out against control decks.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say probably a lot of control.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it go. Look at that goblin. He's angry and he's ready to slash.
He's ready. But this has been the Deck Tech. So thanks for staying the extra time. We really went in detail for you with it. But catch us for the games.
Yeah. Thank you.